Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to one and all over here. Today is the day has come, so it is the NEET exam day. First of all, I want to wish all of you a very best of luck and remember all the hard work you have gone through. Stay focused, stay calm, and let's make sure that you feel positive. And okay, let's get started. So today we are going to discuss some of the previous NEET questions. The first question is as follows. Okay, the first question is particle is projected with a velocity 10 meter per second at an angle 60 degree with the vertical direction. Its speed at the highest point of its trajectory will be what? So in this question, a hidden confusion is there. See, the degree is given, but you should focus that an angle 60 degree with a vertical direction is given. So we know that in the projectile motion, we have got two different directions. First one is a horizontal and the next is a vertical direction. So what is given in the question is that the 60 degree with the vertical direction. Initially, the body is projected at 60 degree with the vertical direction. So it is like this. With the vertical, the body is making what? 60 degree. At the highest point, we know that at the highest point, the velocity is given by v is equal to v cos theta. So this theta is not confused with 60 degree. It is not at all 60 degree. It is 30 degree. The theta, we are measuring the theta with the horizontal direction. So theta is what? Theta is 30 degree. So we can write v at the velocity at the highest point of the projectile motion is v cos theta. That is v cos 30 degree, and we know that cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 and the velocity, magnitude of velocity is 10. Therefore, the answer will be 5 root 3. And look at the option. Option B is the right answer. I hope this question is clear to you. So let us go to the next question. So this is the next question. Let us read this. A bridge is built across a river. A student standing on the bridge throws a small ball vertically upward with the velocity 4 meters per second. The ball strikes the water surface after 4 seconds. The height of the bridge above the water surface is. So G is given. It is G is 10 meters per second square. And 4 different options are given. So before that, let us draw this. Let us draw this figure. First is let this is a bridge. And below the bridge, the water is flowing. And the bridge has got what? The height h. So height h is the height of the bridge. And at the top of the bridge, a student, he throws a ball upward and this ball finally reaches the water surface. So we have given the initial velocity. The initial velocity is 4 meter per second and it takes time. The time is equal to 4 seconds. So we need to find the height. So from the equation of motion, we are given the initial velocity, the time. So we can use the first equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half a t square. So in this, we have got time, we have got acceleration, we have got initial velocities. Find the displacement. So don't get confused. Here, S is pointing to the displacement only, not confused it with distance. So S is the displacement. That means S refers to the height of the bridge. So if I'm taking all the values to the upper direction positive and all the values to the downward direction negative, height will be negative and acceleration will be also negative. So what about this height? So we don't know about the height. We are supposed to find the height. So instead of s, we can write minus h. Minus h is equal to initial velocity is given 4 and time is also given 4 plus half into what is acceleration? Acceleration is minus 10 because we are taking downward as a negative direction. And what about t square? T square is 4 square, that is 4 into 4. Therefore, we get minus h is equal to 4 into 4, 16 minus we get this as 2 and minus 80. Minus 80. So we can write x is equal to 80 minus 16 and this will be what? 64 meters. So this is a final answer and this answer we got it as option A. So option A is the answer to this question. So let us go to the next one. Okay. So this is the next question. I hope this is it is clear for you. So if E and G respectively denote energy and gravitational constant, then E by G has the dimension of. So here we need to find the dimension of this ratio. Look, so first one is the energy and in the denominator it is given the gravitational constant. So instead of going, hurry burry and finding a difficult dimensional formula for gravitational constant, we can easily find this. We can easily find this by putting instead of energy we can use y. Why can't we use this gravitational potential energy? So instead of E by C, we can E by okay. So instead of E by G, we can write gravitational potential energy. Let me denote it by U gravitation by G. So we know that gravitational potential energy, we can write G m1 m2 by R. Denominator we have this G and G get cancels and we get m1 m2 by R. So what is the dimension of mass? M. M into the dimension of M by R. Sorry, it is not R, it is L. What is? It is L. So finally we get m square L raised to minus 1. So in this way, we could solve this question in a very easy manner. So let us go to the next question. Okay, this is the next question. And here we need to calculate what? Diameter. So a screw gauge is given the following readings when used to measure the diameter of the wire. The main scale reading is 0 millimeter and circular scale reading is circular scale has got 52 divisions. Given that 1 millimeter on the main scale correspond to 100 divisions on the circular scale, the diameter of wire from the above data. So 4 options are also given here. We know that the least count of the screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter. So what about the reading? How can we find the reading? The reading will be what? Main scale reading plus least count into circular scale reading. So that will be, what is the main scale reading? 0 is the main scale reading. And what about the least count? 0.01. And what about the circular scale? That is 52. And we got the answer of 0.0. 0. It is not 0 actually. It is 0.52. It is what? 0.52. It is 0.52 millimeter. Listen, all the options are given in centimeter or either in meter. So we got the answer in millimeter and we need to convert it into centimeter. So the answer will be 0.052 centimeter. So this is the answer. That is option B is the answer. I hope this can be clear. This is clear to you all. So answer is in centimeter. So not get confused. Even though we get the answer in millimeter, the options are given in centimeter. Be careful about that. So let us go to the next question. The next question is, it is given as a particle moving in a circle of radius r with uniform speed takes time t to complete one revolution. If this particle were projected with the same speed at an angle theta on the horizontal, the maximum height attained by it equals 4r, the angle of projection. So here, two cases are given and we need to connect both these cases. So what is given? Particle is moving in a radius with a uniform speed. So first is uniform circular motion is given. So first is what? A uniform circular motion. So let the radius be r. So it is given the radius to be r And in circular motion here, from here we could find what? The velocity or the speed, the magnitude of velocity or either speed. So velocity, we know that speed is equal to distance by time. Therefore, distance in a circular, uniform circular motion is what? It is 2 pi r, the circumference of the circle. So that is 2 pi r by the time taken, let it be t. So this is the thing we get from the first case. What is that? The speed, the magnitude of velocity or the speed. So what they said in the second part is that if the same particle were projected with the same speed, that is the speed we got from the first case is used in the second case. And if this particle were projected with the same speed at an angle theta with a horizontal, the maximum height attained by equals 4r. So this is converted to what? Projectile motion or two-dimensional motion. In this two-dimensional motion, what happens is that we project the same particle with the same speed at the theta angle, and here Vt to find this theta and velocity v. So, and it is given that it has the maximum height. When it reaches the maximum height, this h maximum is what? 4r. We know the equation of h maximum, that is u square sine square theta by 2g. Very simple. Substitute, instead of h you can substitute 4r. 4r is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. And what about u square? We have already got it from the previous case. From the equation number 1, we can substitute here. 4r is equal to 2 pi r by t, the whole square, sine square theta by 2g. So that will be what? 4r is equal to 4 pi square r square by t square sine square theta by 2g. This 4 and one among the r will be cancelled out. This 4 will be cancelled out and this r will be cancelled out. And then we can write this equation as 2g t square is equal to 5 pi square r sine square theta. And sine square theta, we can write it like this: 2g t square by pi square r. Taking root on both sides, we get what? Sine theta will be equal to 2g t square by pi square r square. And theta we can write as sine inverse root of 2g t square by what? Pi square r. So this, even though this options might be uh, difficult, it appears difficult to you, it is very simple question. Actually, the steps are very simple, and this is the theta. If we project the particle at this theta, we get the maximum height as 4r. All right, everyone, that's all from my side for now. Go give it your best shot.